I know, pure.
Connected to channel Theo.
You can use VirtualBox, but it fails about 25% of the time on either networking or USB support. USB support is necessary for the classes and labs. If you hate yourself, use VirtualBox. Well... Next, you need to download 7-zip for your system. We use 7-zip for the most consistent decompression of large files. I think I already have 7-zip. Yes. Class virtual machine, ADHD, Win, VM, intro classes, Amazon, AWS. Now, it will take some time to download. Please start the process now. 17 gigs.
D2 Nice 2 says.
This is more like it. Those 5-6 a.m. starts have been a struggle since daylight savings.
Yeah. I'll still do them, but I'm testing the waters here. I will go to like a co-working stream where you're just going to be looking at my face, or I may work on it blurred because I don't think you even want to look at my face, like the whole time. And I got to fix my camera, and I may make my cam a little bit bigger if it's just a blurred screen. But I don't think they want me streaming this or the audio, so I'll mute the audio to stream also.
Will they be able to hear my rants?
No, unfortunately they won't. I gotta pin this again.
Spectre says.
Rude. I want to see Tom.
Okay, that's done. That's done. No, we're almost halfway done. We're looking good. All right, don't tell Tagora, but I have to fire up VMware. Installer? No. He told me to reset my...
Gumby says.
是的。
Gumby, welcome back. How you doing?
Spectre says. Gumby says.
Am alive.
I've already installed it.
Hua says.
I just happened to look at my work phone and saw a message from an account manager which I raised an issue with a month ago, and they finally reach out to me now. They can wait till Thursday. Angry face.
Salespeople, rah. Check for product on startup. Yeah, join. No, I'd rather not. Desktop. Start menu, program folders. Huh? Yeah, sure. Install. I thought I already installed this shit. Oh, that's a good sign. Oh, thanks for the push-ups, Neo. Press finish license if you want to enter your key now. Press the license button. Because it's finished. Exit the setup wizard.
Who the Hoot says.
Those are my favorite work messages. I get data requests marked critical. They need it yesterday, so I get them the data. 2 weeks later I'm asking if it helped, and they're like, oh, I haven't looked at that yet. Rage-inducing log.
Yeah, I hear you. Sure, install the update on my Stream Deck, sure. And where? PlayStation Player. Use for free, non-commercial. Continue. And finish. Cool.
Gumby says.
My 7-year-old is watching with me.
Oh, that's cool. Are you watching me, or are you going to do the Black Hills
Next time
Infosec?
they ask, they're getting the slow treatment.
Mm-hmm. Following applications using files that need to be updated by the setup. You can let the software close them. No, later. Oh my God. I gotta reboot all the time? Sure. Later. Do not close the apps. Do not close them.
Gumby says.
Another update.
Watching.
Cool. Finish. Opened. Does it work? Yes. You know what? Can I download and install? Sure. No, it's going to make me reboot. If it makes me reboot, I'm going to lose my mind.
Pure says.
The day of updates.
Well, hi, Gumby 7-year-old.
Who the Hoot says.
It might not. You could cancel the update for now and do it later. Would imagine that it'll run just fine.
Gumby says.
He says hi.
Very cool. Yep. Yep. Actually, hanging out with your dad is one of the coolest things you can do on the planet. It's almost done. We're gonna let it finish. And oh,
Maloney
did I?
says.
Hello. Just done an update in my Gruda Linux box. It's broken all sorts of stuff. Harumph.
Sure. Close. Okay. Cancel. Yes. I'm sure. Yeah. Finished. All done. Thanks. Fucking painful. Okay, where did my list go? Import the virtual machine, extract the virtual machine, and then import the virtual machines. So is this a downloads?
Gumby
Extract
says.
all.
Potty mouth.
Oops. Yep. I'll do better, Gumby. Sorry. Yep. So extracted files when complete. Is this where I want to put them? The VMs? Where is this? Open a new tab. Program data VirtualBox VMs.
You're good, I redeem, and no cursing.
Who the Hoot says.
You'll be able to set the directory holding the actual machines when you import.
Okay. So that doesn't matter. So then we will import now. VMware file open, navigate to where you download the files. Player file open, file open, then navigate to where you download the files. Downloads. What? Downloads. Did I not extract them? No, I didn't. I got sidetracked. Extract them here. Yes. 41 gigs.
Extract archive dialog is open.
Crap. Did that do it? I don't think it did it. It did it. Okay. Here. That's no good. What? That should be it right there. VMX. Under player file open dismiss downloads to cache. It should be right there. All files. Okay. Click import. They have VMX. Those are different files. Okay. Maybe they have something else. We're getting close. We're 15 minutes away now. Please share to never update the VM. No snapshots on VMware Player 17 free. Yeah. I should probably bring up the link now too. That's the mailman. It's my wife doing the siphon training agenda. Training agenda. Zoom. Okay, I gotta mute Firefox. And I gotta blur my screen now. Center. Yeah.
I use Fusion on a Mac, so I've had to Google for Windows. Apparently you create a new VM, install OS later, select the guest OS, then edit VM settings, then use an existing virtual disk and choose the VM VPN.
Okay. Shit.
Kitty says, Noiki 1 Pinkie Pie.
Morning, Nori. I will install operating system later. Can I do that? Linux. Okay. Cancel.
Theo, guess what Noiki 1 Angie.
Getting started. Resources getting started. Nori, guess what?
Cyber Centurion says,
Hey man, how are you?
Good, Cyber Centurion. How are you?
Kitty says, I got booked to do DJ party on weekend to Noiki 1 cheer.
When and are you going to? Is that this coming weekend? I'm listening in the other screen.
And also is brought by Folger's Decaf Instant.
So I'm doing my best, but that is awesome news to hear. So happy for you. And if it's this weekend, if I'm available, I want to be there. So I need information. We all do. Once unzipped, open VMware, open a VM, you want to locate it and open this file. Please now disable window updates.
Will be super early for you, maybe 4 a.m.
I'd still like the specifics, Snorri.
The Neo says,
Everything is blurry. It's intentional.
I'm attending Wild West Hackin' Fest, getting started. The link is pinned in chat. That.
Oh, okay.
I didn't ask if I could stream it, but I'm co-working. So if you're working on something, work with me.
I do.
Kitty says, I don't know yet, just trying to sort music out as for a birthday party. I scared Noiki one.
You're gonna be great, Nori. Stop it. Maybe VMX is hiding in here somewhere. No.
Testist 17329215124 says,
My experience with Oracle VirtualBox is to never move folders, files related to the VHD once they are created.
So the class is suggesting use VMware because VirtualBox breaks. I agree with you. I want to use VirtualBox, but I don't want it to break. Not VMX from the... Okay, or I can try, I guess, too. Have you tried to open it in the VM? So I will open it. So later, Isn't that what you said, Hoot? Install VS, select a guest OS. It's Linux. Did it tell us what it was? It is a Windows 10. Wow, they're really loud. Microsoft Windows 1064. Just 60 gigabyte hard drive.
Who the Hoot says.
After you configure the hardware, it should let you select a disk, which is where you'd store it, but you can select an existing disk.
I'm gonna just leave it as default right now. I don't want to miss the beginning of this. But thank you, Hoot. Gosh, he's so loud. Okay. Sound. Mixer. There we
What
go.
I'm meaning is that you select the VMDK as the existing disk. It means you don't need to install Windows and configure it.
It's the existing disk. I've done this, but I don't know what you're saying. Two processors, 4 gigabyte, two processors. How come my hard drive's not showing up, even though it's there? 60 NAT. Okay, close. Finish. Power on. I don't know what that is. Cannot connect a virtual device because no corresponding device available on the host. Do you want to try to connect this first every time you power on the virtual machine? Yes.
Sorry, maybe mangled my explanation. The VMDK file is a VMware hard disk file. It's what you'd end up with if you were setting up a new VM and installing Windows, and then configuring it as a new VM. What they want you to do is set up a VM but not install Windows. Then instead of creating a hard disk, you use the VMDK they provided as your hard disk, as Windows is already installed there, and set up how they need it to be set up.
Kitty says, can we play a game where you put picture then unpixel it and we guess it?
Yes.
2 raiders from Fixit42 have
Hey,
joined.
fix it. Can someone help me out there? Attempting to start from... Okay, well that's not working, whatever I did, so... Power off. Yes, just shut it down. And start over. The directions are fucked. Already, the directions are fucked. I'm sorry, Gumby. I'm trying.
Hoovercoot says,
Stop the VM and go into the settings.
Yep. Settings. So... Options.
Hard disk.
Hard disk.
Gumby says,
You're good, his mom, just pick him up.
Good. All right. So remove this.
Hoovercoot says,
See at the top where it has a file path? Is that the file they gave you?
Yes. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, that's what they gave me.
The disk file? File name is different, is it not?
It is, yep. Instead of VMX, it's VMDK. Services restart Docker. Send. Finish. VMX is corrupt because it's VMDK. The file unzipped is VMDK.
The file you unzipped is VMDK.
Yep.
So you need that VMDK to be the disk file in VM Player.
Disk file in VM. Yeah, I think so.
At the moment it's ADHD.vmdk because that's what you named the machine. They've given you the disk they want you to use. Click Advance. Nah, thought you might be able to change it there. Create a new machine, Windows 10 64. When you get to the hardware bit, look for an option to pick a disk file.
Cypher Enigma says,
Wait, why are we defragging? I feel old.
Loaf says,
I hear a Kiwi.
Hi, Loaf. Create a new machine. Windows 10 64. Create from blank disk. Microsoft Windows 1064. Next. Location. Yeah. Very large disks. I don't know. A Kiwi. Who's a Kiwi? Or is that you? He's talking about you. When you get to the hardware, customize. Oh, it's
Who the Toot says,
4.
Customize.
Loaf
4
says,
gigabytes.
It sounded like one of the text-to-speech people had an accent from New Zealand.
Oh. I mean, I don't need to rename it. I'm not worried about that.
But I was just putting my buds in, so may have misheard.
Kitty says, I hate it when my fruit starts to speak
Windows
to me
1064.
too.
When you
Start
get
think I've
to
drank
the
too
hardware
much.
bit looking option to pick the disk file.
Who the Toot says,
Click back.
Close. Back.
Should be a place to select an existing disk.
Back.
Loaf says,
Huthuthut NZ?
Is this it? Back. Cancel. Back. Next.
Who the Toot says,
Location?
It's what for what I downloaded? I think it's in this folder. Win-win.
says,
It's asking where you want to store the VM files.
Oh, that's not what I want. Yeah, I guess that's where I want to store it. Back. Windows back. Installer disk. I will install an operating system later. The virtual machine will create a blank hard disk. Windows. Fuck.
Gumby says,
Add
There you
hard
pick
disk.
the file.
Who the Toot says,
Actually, here's a solution. Name it whatever, then replace the VMDK in the folder with the one you unzipped.
Cancel. Close. Finish. Settings. I just was in here. Hard disk. Advanced. Cancel. Name it whatever, then replace the VMDK in the folder with the one you unzipped. But I selected... Wait a minute. Advanced. Why did it... Add hard disk. Yeah, sure. Create a new virtual disk. No, use an existing virtual disk. Convert existing virtual disk to new. The chosen virtual disk can be converted to the newest format supported by this workstation virtual machine. However, after conversion, the virtual disk will be unusable on older virtual machines.
Gumby says.
Web link.
Okay.
Overtoot says.
Keep existing format.
Cannot detect virtual... Cannot connect the virtual disk SATA because no corresponding device is available on the host. Do you want to try to connect this virtual device every time you power on the virtual machine? I shouldn't have to do that. But yes, I don't have any other...
Gumby says.
That link walks you through it step by step.
All right, thank you. Get rid of this again. Delete from disk. Yes, get rid of it. File. File. New virtual machine. Virtual machine.
Gumby says.
Just knew you would get frustrated.
There's no custom. New virtual machine. There's no custom. Okay. Select a hardware compatibility you require and click next. Next. Nothing for hardware compatibility. Back.
Who the hoot says?
Select
That
operating system
article
later.
is from 2018, maybe a little out of date. The other solution was to open up the virtual machines folder and replace the VMDK in there with the one you got from BHIS.
All right, let me try that. That article's from I will install the operating system later. I mean, that makes sense. That's where I'm at. Next. Your tech people suck. How about that? BH Infosec, they suck. For a beginner class being told for beginner class given a vague instruction like that is garbage. It's garbage. And I know I should probably know how to do this already, and I've done this before, but garbage. Just garbage. Select the guest operating system that installed, include the
Surprised
version.
They didn't have an importable VM.
Their thing says to download this VMX.
I suspect they're using Workstation Pro. Should really be catering for player.
You can use
What
VMware
says?
Player or Pro.
VMX makes sense. That's the configuration file for a VM.
I'm going to try to square peg round hole this one more time. Windows. Select a guest operating system that is installed, including the version. Yeah, 1064 is what they say. 1064. So Windows next. Provide a file name and choose the location where you want to save the virtual machine. So this isn't, this is my saving, and I don't care. Call it, yeah, ADHD like they said. That's cute. Next. If necessary, adjust the number of processors. I'm not there. I'm using the disk size. 60. I don't care, split it. Customize the hardware, 4 again. And that's it. Close. Finish. Oh, I booted it. Cool. No. Don't power it on. I did it anyways. Cool. Just another long, just another day. Just another kick in the dick day. Shut down, yeah. Yep.
Who the hoot says?
VMware.
Once you've created it, navigate to the folder, copy the unzipped VMDK to that folder, then rename it adhd.vmdk.
Create it. Navigate to that folder. VMs.
Cypher Enigma says.
Another day in paradise.
I don't see it.
Hoover Hoot says,
Not there. Was it not in your user folder?
Loaf says,
This is in VirtualBox.
Oh, that's probably why.
Gumby says,
That for VirtualBox.
Thanks.
Hoover Hoot
Users.
says,
Me.
Right-click on the machine settings, then it's where the disk file is stored.
Brad T. Oh, documents. That makes sense. Virtual machines. ADHD. ADHD VMDK. Let me copy the unzipped VMDK to that folder. The unzipped. So from my downloads,
Yeah,
where'd it go?
I'd back that ADHD.vmdk up first though.
Bitspector says,
Nerd.
Loaf says,
Brand new disk.
Gumby says,
Show all files.
Hoover Hoot says,
Always worth being able to reset things to a default state.
Bitspector says,
Still setting it up? Frown frown.
Loaf says,
Resetting to a default state in this instance is adding a new disk, or making the VM again. Nothing to back up.
Hoover Hoot says,
Copying the zipped.
Yeah, I know, but I still think it's not a bad habit to be in.
Well, the unzipped is gone. I don't know where it's at. Oh, no, here it is. Okay, never mind. So move it over to here, huh? Okay. Okay, it's moved. Now what? ADHD VDMTK.
Hoover Hoot says,
Unzip it.
Loaf says,
Seems a bit robotic. If you're not thinking about your actions and the consequences, you're just following patterns.
Hoover Hoot says,
Then rename the file adhd.vmdk. I don't disagree that it doesn't have much of an impact here, but I disagree that it's robotic. Depending on what you're doing, that reliance on process can be critical.
Yeah, I'm not understanding any of this that I'm doing right now. I think that's what Loaf is mentioning. Because typically what I do, I really want to understand what I'm doing. And for whatever reason, this VMDK's got me tripped up.
Do you?
Loaf says,
VMDK is just a virtual disk. Thinking about it like a real disk, you're just moving it from one computer to another. Why is that copying taking so long though? Dang.
Hooverhoot says,
When you create a VM in VM, where it creates a file to store all of the information on the hard disk. What we're doing here is replacing that file with an already filled hard disk. It's like changing out a HDD on a machine for a different one. Imagine you had a clone of a drive, you could just switch them out. It's 40 gigabytes, I believe.
The zip, I don't remember the zip. Actually, the zip down here in the corners coming in at 18, it looks like.
Loaf says,
I thought even 40 gigabytes on an NVMe would have been zippier than this, but makes sense.
Master Blaster says,
Hey Theo, hey everyone. So focus today.
Good morning, Master Blaster.
What are you working on?
It's pinned. The link to what I'm working on is pinned in the chat.
Saying the right estimated time or anything XD.
Master Blaster says,
Okay. Don't stress yourself out over these things too much, Theo. It's not worth it if you aren't having fun.
That doesn't help today. I know what you're trying to do, but that doesn't help today. Like, I signed up for this class. Messing with virtual machines is something I've done before, over and over again. And I'm a half an hour behind his talk. We got no idea what he's fucking doing now. So. Okay, now what? It's copied, I think.
You want to be stressed today. I understand. It's okay.
I want to be stressed today. No, I don't want to be stressed today. But I literally have to make shit happen. I literally have to make shit happen. What the fuck is this? Oh, that's the Zoom. That's cute.
Loaf says,
Looks like it extracted into a folder. Can rename it in there and drag it out.
Alright, so rename this ADHD VMDK and move it back into the ADHD folder. Cut it. Sweet. Cut it. Cut it. ADHD. Paste it. It says it already has one.
It says,
Replace the file in this
extract it to that
destination.
folder, then rename whatever it extracts to adhd.vmdk. I'm not sure if you created that with a split drive. There's a lot of other VMDK files in there.
Loaf says,
Looks like you did a split disk too on VM creation, so you can get rid of the extra VMDKs.
Hoovertoot says,
Yeah, the one there is the blank one that VMware created.
I don't see the other one because I deleted it.
Boot it now.
I'll try and boot it.
Loaf says,
Can get reef of your 7Z in the Wine into a 4 folder now. Rick. Booting is a good first choice though.
This guy right here, I can delete it. Yeah.
Keep it for now.
Oh, it's gone now.
In VM.
translated from Dutch.
Sorry, I'm really I'm trying not to let my anger get to me, but I'm not doing a good job of that. Okay, this is done now.
Hooverhoot says,
Play the virtual machine.
It's all good, man. These things happen. Painful IT, right?
Yep.
Tanifar3 says,
Beep boop. Hello. Wait.
Good morning, Tawny. Okay, your PC device needs to be repaired. A required device isn't connected or can't be accessed. You need recovery tools. If you don't have any installation of media, contact your PC administrator. Enter to try again. F1 for recovery environment. This isn't right. This isn't right. Something else is wrong.
Loaf says,
F1 could try startup repair.
It won't even get into the recovery environment. Let me start over and try to find a tutorial for VMDK. I thought I knew how to do that. Oh, look, they're on MITRE attack now. Okay. Yeah. Actually, I need to wipe out everything in here too. I probably have to download the VMDK because I think did I move it or I copied it? I think I copied it actually. And downloads.
Hooverhoot says,
Was there anything else in the 7-zip file at all?
No, this is it right here. This is everything that was in the 7-zip file. The VMDK, which is not what's in their tutorial. It's a VMX file in the tutorial. And then this stuff. These sandboxes, VMware, caches, data. I don't know what that is. Launch menu. No, don't know what that is.
Copy those other things over to the virtual machine folder.
I think I'm gonna start over. I'm gonna look for VMDK. Or I don't know. Should try that. Try what? Try to move what over? All of this stuff? Or just this folder?
Everything.
Loaf says,
Everything that was in the zip.
Okay. Downloads. This was everything that was in the zip. Documents.
Hoovertoot says,
Virtual machines.
Yeah, I'm using VMware Fusion on a Mac. When I open the VM, there's a caches folder and the scoreboards, etc. Open a VM.
What do you mean open a VM? Open a new VM?
Sorry, was correcting myself.
Oh,
Loaf says,
Where you see the list of files, all those files. Not the folder, replace all the ones in virtual machines /ADHD with all the files from Winado 423.
Hoovertoot says,
I meant when I open a VM, not when I open the VM.
okay. This is everything that already exists.
Loaf says,
The files in Winado 00423 need to replace the ones in the ADHD folder.
Hoovertoot says,
Yeah,
Loaf
From caches down.
Copy from right to left. All of them.
Replace? I'm thinking replace.
Replace. Can remove the Winado 00423 folder in your ADHD folder.
Okay.
Not sure it's all going to help, but try boot again.
Hoovertoot says,
boot.
Okay, we're starting over now. I'm starting over now. I don't know what this is. I mean, it looks different, but I don't know what it is.
Gumby says,
It bios.
Loaf says,
Can I get a link to the VM, please?
Yeah.
Or is that in the pinned message?
No, I think it's here. Yep, it's all here. It's just been a kick in the dick few weeks. Okay. Okay, this is the one that's outdated. Okay, what did I keep in? Oh, this is probably borked. No, I copied it. I didn't paste it. I didn't cut it up. I copied it. No worries. No worries, love.
Dang. I hope you're streaming for a while. 40-minute download XD. Potato internet.
Alright, here's workstation.
Did the import instruction not work on that link? Extract files. Greater than VMware file. Greater than opt-in. Greater than navigate to extracted files. Greater than click import.
So this, wait, this import virtual machine, their virtual machine that's listed here is VMX.
File open, not file new.
Loaf says,
No, it's not there.
No VMX in the zip?
There's no VMX in the zip. That's what I told them. And then their techs are telling me to, they want me to send them a screenshot of what the fuck is the problem. I told them the VMX, I don't have a VMX in the download. It's just a VMDK. But instead of listening and helping, I don't have.
That's bizarre.
It shouldn't be in the instructions. It shouldn't be in the instructions. And this guy wants you to pay for his shit.
Eurison says,
I open VDMK normally.
And now my restream chat is borked too. Wow. So mad. So mad. Oh.
Loaf Loaf says,
Hulk smash.
I'm fucking like,
Green room any everything. What I wouldn't do for gigabit internet right about now.
like in between 5 things.
Tanifar3 says,
I miss my gigabit internet, frown frown. Yeah, these places tend to give poor support because support is expensive.
First launch the Windows. Open the file menu, select new and then virtual machine. File, new, then virtual machine. Select custom. There's no fucking custom. Select your hardware congruity preferences. Don't know what the fuck that means. On the next screen, I will select I will install later. And click next. That sounds about right. Choose the already installed OS and its regular version. I didn't already install shit. Windows 10 64. Select a preferred name and location where the VM will be kept. Yep.
Loaf says,
my system is probably going to throw a fit installing VMware Workstation alongside Hyper-V. D.
Hooverhoot says,
Think they're referencing the DOS that's already on the VMDK.
Okay, from their information. If we're talking about the same thing, Microsoft Windows 1064.
Fixit says,
I had to drive off home at once. Was driving my youngest from school. Smile was doing a test Earl stream Smile.
Oh, did that work out? Specified location appears to contain an existing virtual machine. Having 2 virtual machines can cause problems. You look to see? No. Let's go to that folder and delete everything in there. How's that sound?
Not the quality I would wish, probably. Have to watch the recording.
User documents, virtual machines. Users documents, virtual machines, ADHD. Delete. Yep, thanks. How about now? You gonna try it now? Browse. Next. Split. How about we store it as a single disk?
On?
I'm working on Black Hills Infosec, getting started with MITRE Attack 2024. Fix it I have the link up in the pinned on the pinned in chat. Stores a virtual disk as a single file next. Customize hardware, make it 4, right? And it's everything we did before. But I can't do anything with the hard disk here, and I can't do anything with it here. So let's finish. Edit virtual machine settings, takes me back to what I had. And then here's hard disk. There's the disk file. That's where it'll be stored. Advanced. I don't know what any of that virtual device mode shit is.
Loaf says,
Almost 25% download. Come on, Potato, you've got this.
Okay. Power on settings, rename, remove from library, delete disk. Where's my tutorial?
Eurison says,
You seem to be doing a new ADHD.vmdk, overwriting the zipped one, not sure.
So I've downloaded the VMDK in my downloads. There shouldn't be anything in that ADHD on my virtual machine. Right. There's just empty, right? Shell VMDK. So those are just basic settings. So that's where it'll be stored.
Loaf says,
Hasn't used the zipped one at this stage.
Click on network classification, then pick use an existing virtual disk option. Use an existing virtual disk, existing disk file. Now this is in my downloads. So here, use that, open, finish, convert existing virtual disk to newer format. The chosen virtual disk can be converted to the newest formats supported by this workstation virtual machine. However, after the conversion, the rich virtual disk will be unusable with older virtual machines. I don't care. I'm not going to use it with other virtual machines. Let's just keep the existing, like we said. And then let's get rid of this one. Right? Yeah, I mean, this is not working. Remove. How do you remove it? Remove it. New hard disk. Current size, maximum size. 2. Okay. Downloads. Okay. Yeah. Cannot connect to virtual device SATA because no corresponding device is available on the host. Do you want to try to connect this virtual device every time you power on the virtual machine? Yeah. Cool. No. No. Yes, shut it down.
Loaf says,
I think I know what might be happening.
What do you think, Loaf? It breaks both times. Virtual device SATA will be discontinued. Shut down. Yeah, shut it down.
It's expecting a SATA disk, but you've got it on, or at least selected in NUM disk. Windows needs Storm driver, service running in order to boot from a NUM disk.
Then why would they make that the default option? Okay. So...
When you add the disk, is there an option to specify that it's SATA instead of NUM?
Yeah, no, I have to redo it. Cancel, remove, add, hard disk, SATA, next, use existing, next, browse, in the downloads, open, finish.
Remove that disk.
Yep.
Add new one,
Yep.
and check there. I saw at least 4 options.
Loaf says,
Keep
I
existing.
reckon this will be it.
Keep existing format.
Hoovertoot says,
That looks better.
It's not booting. No media. EFI virtualware. EFI VMware virtual SATA CD-ROM drive, no media. EFI network, nothing.
Loaf says,
Is there a way to select boot order and workstation?
Hoovertoot says,
Can you change the boot order?
I don't. Oh.
Urizen says,
If it fails, try IDE disk also, just for the science.
It's not doing anything. Yeah. It's not doing anything.
Loaf says,
It's trying to boot from network. That's what it's doing, hence why we were asking if there's a boot order. Might have to go into BIOS to change some settings.
Urizen says.
Boot order means you have to press number keys at random to go BIOS.
Who the Toot says.
F2 and VM, where is it? Boot and slam F2 until it happens.
Urizen says.
This is not the intended way, ensure hee hee.
Loaf says.
Player, greater than reset. Mash, smash, mash. Strange. I would have expected setting it as a SATA disk would have resolved the issue.
Me too. Look for another tutorial on VMDK.
Loaf says.
I had this recently on a live system cloning a SATA SSD to
I'm gonna try to download. I'm gonna get rid of VMware Player. Download VMware Pro.
Had to boot into the recovery environment and enable Storm service.
Cypher Enigma says.
The only experience I have is with Proxmox, so I doubt it's going to help.
Loaf says.
But this is virtualized, so that shouldn't matter.
Gumby says.
Pro, you have to have a product key.
Loaf says.
On the bright side, Potato Internet has successfully acquired 50% of the download. D.
Urizen says.
Maybe the initial download was corrupted or incomplete.
Maybe. Maybe I did. Maybe I interrupted it. And just start over. Get rid of ADHD again.
Rogue says.
I have always had issues trying to use VMware. I like the concept of it, but this is why I have stayed with Oracle.
Strayed Rogue, thank you for chiming in there and that. But this class that I'm trying to get in on is suggesting use VMware specifically because their virtual machine has problems with VirtualBox. No, buddy, you got to enable a virtualization.
Loaf says,
Can you find advanced settings in the VM? Options, greater than advanced, greater than firmware type, greater than BIOS.
Yeah.
Gumby says,
I'm running the VMDK on VirtualBox right now.
Loaf says,
You definitely have virtualization enabled in your BIOS.
So I hear what you're saying. Gumby, thank you. This is the disclaimer they gave me. And 25% of the time it fails, either on networking or USB support. Now, I don't know if that's to get everyone on the same page, on the same player for troubleshooting or not. I don't know. I mean, I tried to start with what worked for them and what they're suggesting so I didn't run into something down the road. I don't know. It was a choice, so let me try. Loaf, what do you got here? Here's settings, though. Advanced settings. Look at that. Hardware. Disk
See
file.
if you can find anywhere that mentions BIOS or firmware. Might be Pro only.
Gumby says,
It sounds like them trying to press software for a cut of money.
I don't have advanced anywhere. Have you tried opening VMware and selecting the ADHD file from there?
Loaf says,
Must be a non-player option.
What the fuck does that even mean? Selecting the ADH file from there. Where would you like me to select it from?
Ajiku says,
If you try to run Winton, don't you need a TPM hardware in the virtual machine config?
Loaf says,
I've got no idea what you just
I would
said.
hang up the call with that L1 tech. D. Winton didn't require TPM.
That's not me. VMware
Here,
Fusion.
Can you open the VMX file of ADHD VM in a text editor?
No, because there's no VMX file in the download. If you want me to do the VMDK, I can.
There's no VMX file in the zip.
There isn't. You know, I try to like, I'm really trying to be positive, and I'm really trying to like, and I can't thank you all enough for helping me, but like these, like I've got no better way.
VMX in the folder for the VM you made.
There isn't. There should be a VMX in the folder from the zip. There's not.
No.
Okay. In ADHD.
You made a VM called ADHD.
Yeah.
Go into that VM's folder.
Here it is. There's not a VMX in here.
Boom. VMXF. Open it.
This?
Who the hoot says?
Have you got known file types hidden?
Show. Hidden. View. Show. Hidden.
Sorry, file extensions. My bad, barely use Windows.
Loaf says.
Okay, this is a different format from the usual. Let me look it up.
All extensions.
There's a VMX.
Who the hoot says?
There's the VMX.
Arjuku says.
That's what I created.
You have a VMX.
That's what I created. This is from what I created. This is from the
Loaf
download.
says.
Open that one. In Notepad.
Tanifar3 says.
It'll be a text file with VM configuration.
Loaf says.
Find a line about firmware.
Tanifar3 says.
Not as useful as a Vim configuration, but we'll forgive it for that smile.
Loaf says.
Remove the line. Firmware equals EFI.
Translated from German.
Delete this whole line.
Yes.
And save.
And the blank space it leaves.
Urizen says.
It's still the MX file which contains the configuration data.
Reboot the machine.
The MXF file only holds some additional metadata.
Loaf says.
Then reboot the machine. Save and reboot the machine.
Okay.
Tanifar3 says.
Should need to reboot only the VM, not the whole system?
Loaf says.
Correct, D.
Tanifar3 says,
Okay, good. Was worried. D.
Rogue says,
Tracking. How long is the class? You might be able to do a trial of the paid versions of VMware.
Class is over 3 days. That's why I wanted to hit the ground running with this thing. All right. Save and reboot the machine.
Tanifar3 says,
Short class, but sounds like a good length of time.
Loaf says,
This will change the machine from an EFI boot to an old school BIOS/MBR boot. You know, just in case. Press escape on the network boot screen you're on. Skip the boot from LAN.
Tanifar3 says,
110 can handle BIOS.
Tanifar3 says,
I thought they were getting rid of all that.
Loaf says,
Oh well, that didn't work, frown frown.
It's okay. I'm going to go to the bathroom and we'll dig something else up. It looks like this douchebag giving advice is under Workstation Pro. So you know what? Let me do that. I'm going to delete Player. I'm going to download Pro, even if I can only use it for a couple days. And then I'll do it like that. It's fucking from the import. There's not a VMX in there.
Tanifar3 says,
Anything
Maybe
that
I
should
didn't.
work with Player.
Maybe I didn't need it. Maybe I interrupted the download. I'm gonna do that too. Let me re-download and try it in.
But yay, still worth it.
Loaf says,
I have 8 minutes until I have the file.
Gumby says,
There is a winner.vmx in the zip file.
Okay.
Loaf says,
Maybe I interrupted
So I'll be
it.
able to tell you.
Thanks, Loaf. There's a
Gumby
Win
says,
ADHD
Sorry,
VMX.
Caps
There's not a Win ADHD VMX in my extracted files. So let's do that. Let's delete this. Shut down. Yeah. VMware player. Let's get rid of this. Delete from disk, which really doesn't do. See, because it's still
Loaf
fucking there.
says,
So then let's delete it like
8
that.
minutes. Plenty of time to brew a tea.
Yep.
Tea.
Yep. Let's see if I got any notifications over here.
Bitspector says,
NP.
Tanifar3 says,
I wonder if I have tea in the hotel room.
Bitspector
You should
says,
have tea. They usually do
Don't
tea and
forget a
coffee.
snack.
Tanifar3 says,
Yeah, no coffee, but I think tea is here.
Virtual machines. That's the VMDK again. Let's get rid of this one too. Virtual machines. Delete. Escape. Delete. Escape. Delete.
Rogue says,
That reminds me I need to open my virtual machine and update my Kali. Been gone for 2 weeks.
Okay. Virtual machine's empty. Let's get rid of this too. And get rid of you. The troubleshooting page is very helpful. Let's get rid of that. 7 minutes. All right. Be right back. Be right back. I already had coffee, so I'm just going to drink water now. I'm going to get a snack too.
Tanifar3 says,
I need to reinstall
Be right
Kali.
back.
Haven't used it in forever. D.
Loaf says,
Your whole download is taking 7 minutes? Sob. Must be coming from an American CDN.
Rogue says,
I wish mine only took 15 minutes.
Hooverhoot says,
I tend to reinstall Kali instead of upgrading. Too many times it's broken while updating.
Loaf says,
Theo is going to get it before me and I started 40 minutes ago. .7 gigabytes left.
Hooverhoot says,
That's a pain, frown frown.
Rogue says,
I have had it happen like this today. We're going into install and half through the install it just shuts down and starts throwing errors. Only upside was it was throwing a visual error code, so I knew I had to delete and uninstall and restart. This is just plain frustrating.
Loaf says,
500 megabytes left. Will I beat Theo?
Loaf says,
Ong. Theo 1, sob. I can't believe it.
Rogue says,
Meeting call. Awesome.
Loaf says,
Sorry to say Theo, but there's a VMX in the zip.
Loaf says,
At least you have the entire download now and can go the import route. You beat my download.
Yep. So something happened with my extraction, or you'll have that.
I was downloading for over 40 minutes. Sob.
Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Actually, I think they throttled, or they took their they increased speeds for a higher price, and I think they like slowed mine down.
XD.
translated from Spanish.
All the guy had to say when I said there's no VMX in the zip was, all he had to say was, there should be a VMX in there. Please consider re-downloading the file.
Bitspector says,
B7H30 Haxer.
Gumby says,
I had to re-extract it to put it on VMware.
Bitspector says,
Some people don't have the proper mindset for customer support. Clearly they are not one lol.
Whenever I sent this, I don't even know. Where's it at? Oh, 5 till. Not a VMX from the instructions. Whatever.
Loaf says,
Why use Windows Extract instead of 7-zip?
Because it's there.
I didn't even know Windows supported 7Z files TBH.
And apparently they don't. Maybe that's what I did last time too. I need to change my way of thinking, because my thought is like, why would it I give you the option if it's not supported, and clearly that's not wise. Downloads.
Eurozone
7-zip.
says,
Right-click
Always.
choose 7-zip option extract here.
Raisins TV says,
Been using NanoZip on W11.
Thank you. Raisins, thank you for popping in and saying hello. Extract? Here? Okay. Windows needed 3 hours.
07.
Yeah. Wise. Let me get my restream because I got booted when I rebooted.
Loaf says,
Move your lips more, I can't see the password. You gotta spell it out.
Everything is such a pain in the ass. Everything that I'm doing is such a pain in the ass today. I literally went through I'm on my third CAPTCHA to prove that I'm human.
Tanifar3 says,
Sometimes IT is painful.
Everything is so fucking painful today. Did it do it? I missed it. Did it finish it?
Loaf says,
IT is so painful. Some of us are into that.
What?
Check the bottom of the Explorer window.
What? Why is it?
Folder could have been created earlier this year.
For 2022.
I ever tell you about the time I deleted all the
23.
users in a domain controller at a company by accident?
Loaf says,
Oh my god.
Folder creation times.
Got it. That's crazy, Tawny. Okay, well there it is. And there's my VMX. There's my VMX file.
Tanifar3 says,
There was no "Are you sure" message.
Loaf says,
Double click VMX. Boom.
Tanifar3 says,
That was painful.
Why the
Loaf
fuck?
says,
I'm clipping this.
Do it, D.
Why in the fuck did, when I mentioned there's only a VMDK, why the hell didn't they say, hey dummy?
Actually, don't you set it to open with Notepad. Not VMware, XD.
Please try to re-download it and re-extract.
Fired at Nerd Herder lol.
It's an hour and a half after the thing. It's an hour and a half
Open it in the VM
after the class started. An hour and a half.
Tanifar3 says,
Assume that the person answering it is a low-paid worker or a volunteer who likely doesn't know how to debug systems.
Yeah. Okay, so Do I want to open it or I just want to set it? Maybe I should just mess. I shouldn't mess with that.
Just try running it first.
Loaf says.
Open with VMware Player always.
Tanifar3 says.
Maybe it'll just work?
Loaf says.
Choose another app. VMware Player, greater than always.
What did I do? Just cancel. Just cancel. Just get rid of it, please, so I can start over. Yes, just get rid of it.
Loaf says.
I copied it. No.
What did I do? Did I delete it? Is that what I did?
No, you just removed the VMX file you just imported. So, one step forward, one step back.
I'm losing my mind.
Tanifar3 says.
So I think what's happening is you're frustrated and trying to rush to catch up.
Raisins TV says.
Should be able to extract just the VMX if you open the zip.
Tanifar3 says.
Take it a bit slower, can't deal with the frustration, but you can slow down a bit and double check your actions.
I don't know what that's gonna do. I'm just gonna start the fuck over again. Start over again. How many do I have open now? 3? Cool. Let's shut them all down and start all over again.
No problem starting over.
Extract. It does something but doesn't show you. When you're using 7-zip, you gotta keep an eye on the fucking download folder that you're messing with. And there it is, all the way down at the bottom. Alright. What's unzipped Open VMware and select Open VM. These fucking Assholes. 4 gigabytes of memory. 2 processors.
DJ Mako says,
Smiko one party cat.
translated from Haitian Creole.
Hey man, working but keeping a window open for you.
Thank you, DJ Mako. How you doing? Hope work is going well today. Hey, Shellfish, thanks for the burpees.
Tanifar3 says,
I'm writing 14 pages over the next few hours, same thing though. Got a window here to co-work, D.
Thank you, Tawny. Hope you're enjoying the trip.
Loaf says,
My workstation player says it doesn't support nested virtualization, probably because of my Hyper-V, and all the VMware community and Reddit support I'm seeing say disable Hyper-V. Yeah. Nah. See a workstation player.
Tanifar3 says,
As long as I get these documents out, I will enjoy it.
Okay. Used Sock Puppet. Thank you for the follow. How you doing today? It's a great name, by the way. This needs some change.
BRB shortly.
Zippia
Okay.
says,
Hello. How y'all doing this fine day?
Good, Zupir. How you doing? Hey, that founder badge looks nice on you.
Me great. What's this badge about? Who gave it to me?
I was going through and I was pruning, like some people we don't see anymore.
Thank you. We'll gladly hold that up high.
I didn't do any of that. I don't know. So I copied it. Virtualization. Okay, yeah. So they're saying now they're saying that I need to turn off. If I turn off virtualization, none of my other shit works. What the fuck have I got myself into? For this free class? Yeah.
Loaf says,
They actually say to turn it off, or are those ones they are saying to turn on?
Zero Shellfish says,
Wait, what's the issue?
Hold on, let me try it again. Virtualized Intel not supported on this platform.
Loaf
Continue
says,
without
Wow, they say to disable it. XD exactly what I just faced.
It's also worth checking the following Windows options are not turned on. If the highlighted options are on, you need to turn memory integrity off, and that will change both to off. This is one reason why we say do not use work employers' corporate hosts without their permission.
Hyper-V and VMware don't like each other. I'm reinstalling VMware to have a look if there's a way around.
Raisins TV says,
You can, Loaf, but I'm not going
These
to
features,
make all those.
generally called Intel VT or AMD V, are also used by recent versions of Windows that support Hyper-V. Also, it is not possible to run traditional workstation player on a Windows host with the Hyper-V capability enabled because some Windows features like the virtualization-based security, or VBS, are built on top of Hyper-V. Therefore, a VBS-enabled Windows host is also incompatible with traditional workstation player.
So, Pro perhaps? No, don't continue.
Loaf says,
That's what the Windows Hypervisor platform is supposed to resolve, enabling other virtualization platforms to run in conjunction with Hyper-V. VMware even mentioned it on the install.
Oh. Before I even do that, well, I mean, it's downloading, but
Gumby says,
Virtualize a random processor in VMware setting for the box. Uncheck it.
I can't.
Did you copy all the files over?
No, now I'm using the I'm actually using the VMX, so I just opened it.
You nailed all the files.
All right, well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe go back under here.
Theo has all the files. They imported the VM from the zip.
Gumby says,
I got my finally on VMware.
It's fucking noon. Jesus fucking Christ. Hey, Dayloop. All right. I want to do. Does player have the, what's the,
Loaf says,
Okay, Theo, I got it booting. Easy fix.
oh yeah? I'm ready. What do you got? Who do you think?
Justice Boom says,
Do you use a VM because of
Good
the
morning.
stream?
Good morning, Justice. No, I'm trying to do Black Hills Infosec getting started with MITRE attack, and that's what I'm currently using VMware for. I'll typically use a virtual machine for Kali for
Hey,
try
BTW.
hack me and hack the box.
Loaf says,
Go into the virtual machines folder. Open the VMX file. vhv.enable equals true. Change it to vhv.enable equals false.
Justice Boom says,
Why no dual boot?
That sounds awful. I don't know. I've never done dual boot.
Ah, okay, I love it XD.
This is what it did last time. How come I can't find?
Zupia says.
You will never dual boot a box for contesting.
Gumby says.
What the Discord?
This seems a sort of paradox to say this. The way to become one with the universe
Loaf says.
is to trust.
VHV equals virtual hypervisor. It's allowing Windows 10 to boot because there's no nested virtualization, but if they have things installed on the VM using Hyper-V, then that stuff is unlikely to work.
Okay. All right. All right. Let me find my.
Loaf says.
But at least you'll be able to log in and check.
Mm-hmm.
You are also saying it to yourself because finally you do not know where your decisions come from.
Where did it go? Okay. It's in my settings where it's located. This is hard disk. The VMX file. That's not the VMX file. Options. Downloads.
Loaf says.
You have your mouse selected on the folder. Go into it.
HDVMX.
Ajuku says.
The VMX file is the third from top.
Save. Close. No what? Okay. Okay. So now boot again, right?
Loaf says.
Yep.
Okay, but this came with a disclaimer because you said VHV, virtual hypervisor, it's allowing W10 to boot because there's no nested virtualization. But if they have things installed on the VM using Hyper-V, then that stuff is unlikely to work.
Who the Toot says.
Promising.
Loaf says.
Well, yeah, but
First thing I see when I log in is a net exception complaining about something to do with Docker. So almost definitely going to face problems with this if they are running stuff on Docker.
I'd have to not, and I don't even know how far I am, but I'd have to commit to not using my VirtualBox and using Kali for these 4 days and uncheck those virtualizations to get this thing to work properly. And why is the screen... Hey, Tide B2. Thank you for the follow. Or the, oh my gosh, it's your sub. Thank you for the sub. And thank you for the Prime sub you used. Thank you. You got Gumby. You got what without?
Good morning, all. Smile, smile.
Gumby says.
I got it without any mods. Booted into the box.
Right, so yeah, that's what they have. See, they have Docker.
Loaf says,
Yeah, unfortunately Docker isn't going to work without nested virtualization, which we just disabled to get here frown.
Right.
I'll look for another option.
So is my head right in Loaf? If I were to go through this process with disabling these virtualizations, I could use their setup, but I wouldn't be able to use VirtualBox. Is my head right in understanding that? I mean, I think I'd be okay for like these 4 days, and then I would just turn it back on and get rid of this abomination.
Hyper-V, VirtualBox and WSL will likely stop working.
Okay, Hyper-V is Windows, their virtualization software that's like VirtualBox. And WSL I haven't installed because I was getting all those errors on the last system when I had WSL installed. So VirtualBox, I think I could go without for like 4 days while I'm going through this.
Gumby says,
Yes.
All right, what do I have for Hyper? No, it's...
WSL is Windows subsystem for Linux.
Loaf says,
Trying something else out. Requires a reboot though. BR.
Okay.
Hoovertoot says,
Got a head up. Hope the rest of your stream is pain-free, dude.
I doubtful, Hoot. Thank you very much. Thanks for trying to help me out. And Gumby, thank you also for trying to get in jumping into the fray also. Again, this is, this kind of stuff is hard because it's revealing that like gaps in my knowledge. But I still think it's important to see.
Miles of Danger says,
Don't fear letting yourself know what you don't know. You would never learn otherwise.
Oh, I agree. Miles of Danger. Spectacular name, by the way. Oh, I agree with you. I'm just saying it again in case anyone's new here. That's what I do. That's what I do here. This is painful IT for a reason, and it's because I'm teaching myself and I'm trying to fill in those gaps that I'm not familiar with. I normally don't, but that person who's supposedly there to help could have easily said, there should be a VMX file in there, try to re-download the zip and extract again. But I was completely blown off. Like that's a trigger for me. Like, because I genuinely try to like listen when I'm talking to other people or even in chat. I genuinely try to just stop for a second and listen and understand where people are coming from. And that's not what I got back. So apparently that's a trigger for me, and I got to keep an eye out for it. I don't know why text-to-speech isn't working. Okay, what does it say? Memory integrity. I'm not seeing this anywhere on their Windows security page. So their stuff's outdated. So how can I get to the memory integrity? Let me search for it. Memory integrity is on. If the highlighted options are on, you need to turn memory integrity off, and that will change both to off. This is one reason why we say you cannot work on them to us. It also worth checking the following Windows options are not turned on. Security features are available on your device. Security features available on your device that use virtualization-based security. Memory integrity prevents attacks from inserting malicious code into high security processes. It's under device security.
Gumby says,
You're okay, man, just need to work on not getting so frustrated so easy.
Yeah, today you just caught me again. Usually I'm a lot level-headed. A lot more level-headed. I've been under a little bit of stress these past couple weeks though too. Justice Boom, thank you for the blue. I'm a big fan of the blue. Purple's good too.
Yay, Spitio. Tech.
Gumby says,
It under device second. I get that, man.
Justice Boom says,
Blue best color changed my mind.
Loaf says,
This core isolation is what I'm currently trying. Requires a reboot, and hasn't worked so far.
Gumby says,
We will find a job and that will all change.
Loaf says,
Still complains about nested virtualization.
I'm going to try the checkboxes too, and then I may do a quick reboot. The system's moving a lot faster, so I really only need like a few minutes. Let's shut this guy down. Shut down. Okay, so we still haven't found a way to do the VMDK. If that's all you have, it feels like VMware really wants a VMX file. Yep, whatever.
Microsoft Danger says,
If you are making system changes, you will need to reboot for them to take effect in the registry.
Yep, I'm going to go through these features also.
You will have to reboot after you turn off core isolation. Off.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Loaf and Loaf did the core isolation and is still getting the complaints about nested virtualization.
Love you long time.
Hyper-V is off. Windows Hypervisor Platform is off. Windows Sandbox is off. I thought these were on. Virtual Machine Platform. I thought I had to have them on. Maybe I need to have them on for VMware?
Milesoft Danger says,
Virtual machine
So what are
platform.
you trying to accomplish now?
Virtual machine. I'm trying to get the box that I downloaded to use in this class to work without complaining about the virtualization settings I have, and I'm going through their process now. Virtual machine platform is off. Windows subsystem for Linux off. So everything they're asking me to check, yeah, so Loaf is actually, again, as normal, a few steps ahead of me.
Gumby says,
No, that are supposed to be off of VBox and VMware will not work.
From memory, I thought they had to be checked and be on. So again, I'm, something I'm wrong about. I'm wrong at least 10 times a day. Okay, let's close that out.
Overlapping technologies.
Pause. How you doing? Okay, now they're saying to restart. Now open VMware. Open ATT VM we created. As long as it all goes to plan, you may be able to run the VM and enjoy the course. All steps fail. Try this also. Okay. Well, all right, I'm gonna reboot.
And good buddy, how about y'all? I've been here for like 20 minutes lurking.
No worries.
Gumby says,
WSL can be checked, but for this talk they want it to be unchecked for whatever reason.
I don't use it anyways at the moment, so. All right.
I do that how I run Kali Linux.
Let's put this back. Yeah, Loaf has runs WSL also like that. Let's get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of the lights real quick. SMG's not even working. Get rid of the Zoom meeting. All right. Be right back. Less than 5 minutes.